Hi, welcome to this part of tutorial in which we will study pass by reference in functions. As I have earlier pointed out, pass by value has got two limitations. One is that when you change a value in a function, then that change is not seen by another function which called the changing function. That is, the value does not persist. Second is that you cannot pass big values, big objects recursively in such a fashion that stack overflow does not happen. That is, if you have got deep recursion. In this part, we will have pass by reference by the means of ampersand and star operator. To change a value at a memory location, you need either its name or its address. When the variable is declared in a function, it stays on local stack, and when it is passed, a copy is made. So the address actually which is seen by the called function is not the original address, it sees a different address. That is why you need to pass it by address. So I have changed the calling mechanism by prefixing it with ampersand operator. We have seen in the formatted input part that ampersand gives you the address. So we pass the address. Now we have received the address. To retrieve the value stored at any address, you need indirection operator, or in other words, asterisk or star operator. So we receive using star I, star j, and then we perform our operation of addition and we change the value and we have the sum, right? So the sum prototype is also changed. Note that there was a minor mistake in my last part where I have not written int and int in the prototype. Now we call sum and we have our product. So the product should be 63. At this moment, let me comment this call swap. So the product should be 63. I 9 and j should be 7. Let's run this program. You see, sum is 12 over here, 5 and 7, 12, and then I becomes 9, 9 multiplied by 7 is 63. Now I'll show you one of the most common utilities which we do, utility functions which we write, is swapping of values. So I have written a swap function which will receive two integers as pointers, and then I have a temporary variable in which I store I, and then I stores j and j stores m. It's like you are having two bags. Each bag contains one ball, let's say a red ball and green ball, and you have temporary. In temporary you put red, and then in the red bag you put the green, and then you take the red and from temporary and you put it in the green, right? So we can do that. So we swap this. Let's see the output. Now I should become 7 and j should become 9, right? So I becomes 7, j becomes 9. Certain times in certain systems you do not have enough memory, like embedded systems, so you will strive to save as much as possible. At that time you are not allowed to use the temporary variable, and it is a very common question in interviews that how would you swap two values without using a temporary variable? So I have introduced a new operator, a bitwise operator, which is called caret. So you'll see this This is the compound expression as well as I have shown here the operator explicitly caret. So I write star j caret is equal to star I. Now star j is 111, I is 1001. I have shown the binary values of 7 and 9. So it becomes 1110. That is 8 plus 4 plus 2. So that is 14. Now you do this star I caret is equal to star j. So in star I you get 7. And then star j caret is equal to star I. So you get 9 in j. And then if you run the program, you will see the output. I is 7, j is 9. So let's build it, run it. So I is 7 and j is 9. However, if I and j would have been passed as value, then this is not possible. That you see the changes done in swap function or some function reflect here. Those changes will not reflect. This is simple, and the only complex part beginners find is the syntax of ampersand and star, and you have difficulty with arrays and pointers. So you have to do practice, and then by practice you will be getting accustomed to the syntax. I recommend you to go through the C specification, which you can download from open book websites, and study it carefully that about the star and ampersand operator and what happens. I also recommend you to read the manual of GCC, which will explain you a lot many things than any other thing, because see, specification can say anything, but ultimately what rules a computer is a compiler. The code is generated by the compiler, so you must be aware of the compiler manual. And I once again apologize for that mistake in the prototype of sum, where we had missed these two integers. In the next part, I'll show you how to create libraries. I mean, dynamic libraries and static libraries, and how to write a driver program to use those libraries, and why should you use a particular type of library, in which case you should use another type of library, what are the advantages of each type, what are the disadvantages. So till then, happy coding.